Hi, I'm wondering if you might like to just drop in for a moment and hold your heart with me while I hold my heart. So, it's a really simple energy medicine exercise I learned a year or two ago from Prune Harris, and it's one that I like to do. Um, yeah, sometimes as I'm falling asleep, sometimes if I wake up in the night, and sometimes first thing in the morning. Um, when I first learned it a couple years ago, I was doing it all the time. And, as things come and go and we're drawn to certain practices, it's less and more sometimes than others, but it's one I always return to. So it's really simple. You just take your fingers and stick them into your armpits and just rest your hands there with your thumbs pointing up, and you just hold your heart and just breathe and just feel the holding. Um, the reason I wanted to share this practice with you is 2 nights ago, I woke up around 3:30, and I heard the words, hold your heart, hold your heart, hold your heart. And so I did as I lay there in the peaceful darkness of the early hours of the morning, and I held my heart and I listened to my heart. Earlier that day, or the day before, I guess we should say, in our office hours session in the Women's Wellness Circle community, we had a conversation about insomnia and practices to engage for people who are having difficulty sleeping. And one of the things that I spoke about was the organ clock, according to Chinese medicine, which some of you may be familiar with and some of you may not. But basically, in the 24 hours of the day, broken up into 2-hour segments, according to the Chinese medicine tradition, each 2-hour segments is correlated with a different organ system. So, for example, from 1 to 3 a.m. is our liver time, and from 3 to 5 is lung time. And each organ in Chinese medicine is associated with a particular emotion, and the lungs is associated with grief. And so, as I lay there in the dark and heard, hold your heart, I put my hands in this position. And this is really cozy to do laying down in bed, kind of in any position that you find yourself in. And I held my heart and I listened to my heart and I asked my heart to share my grief with me. And I listened to my grief and I listened for my grief. And I held my heart until I drifted back into sleep for a little while. And so, thanks for taking a couple moments out of your day or your evening to hold your heart with me. And I wish you deep peace as you journey through the rest of today. And feel free to return here anytime you want to hold your heart along with someone else. Okay, until next time.